Good afternoon, student. How do I know if there is? Good afternoon, student. Yeah. Well, before we start anything for today, let's do the recap of what we have done before. Can anybody remind us the last topic? Hello? Okay. Well, petroleum and Nigerian economy. Then the subtopic was OPEC. Can anybody tell me the meaning of OPEC? OPEC, Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries. That's good. Can anybody tell me those countries, the 5 countries that form OPEC? The 5 countries that form OPEC. Yes. Saudi Arabia, Venezuela, Iran, Iraq, and Kuwait. Yes, that's good. Okay. Today's topic, as we all know, will be manufacturing and construction industry. What do I call it? Manufacturing and construction industry. At the end of this lesson, the student should be able to define manufacturing and construction. You should be able to state and explain types of manufacturing and manufacturing processes. You should be able to discuss briefly the contribution of manufacturing sector to Nigerian GDP. Do you know the meaning of GDP? Yes. GDP, gross domestic product. And students should be able to enumerate types of construction. Discuss roles of construction sector in economic development. Now, let's start with the definition of manufacturing. Can anybody define manufacturing? Yes. Okay. As we all know, manufacturing, we've been hearing manufacturing here and there and there. It's the process of converting raw materials. Do you know what we mean by raw material? Natural gift of nature and others. Components. Other components or part of semi-finished goods. You gather some semi-finished goods. They are end product of another goods. You see, that is the process of converting raw materials, components, or parts into finished goods that will meet customers' expectations or specification. You see, whatever you are doing it with the purpose of putting customer first. The first thing in any business is customers first before even the profit. So whatever you are going to produce must meet customer specification or expectation. Exactly. After that, let's look at all this diagram. You will see different manufacturing. Look at this manufacturing industry. You will see from different angles. Those ones that are loading, those ones that are wrapping, all these units are doing their own part. That's what we mean by division of labor. When it gets to this place, this box, everything will be mixed up. That's the manufacturing processes there. Then the final goods will come out before the packaging. You see that? Okay, let's go to the brewery process. When you look at the brewery process, they use. Can anybody tell me what they use for a brew? Wheat, yes. You will see the wheat will be, this is the mill. They will put the wheat inside the mill. It will wash it. After washing it, you will see it going. It will boil the wheat. After boiling the wheat, it will cool it. You can see the process is there. Those process, you will see after boiling, Fermentation, this is where everything will ferment and it will go into the manufacturing of different types of malt and others. You will see it will now come to cooling, then maturing. That's when it comes to filtering. You will see the final product, malt, will come out. Now, from there, when we talk of manufacturing industry, we are talking about different industries. We said manufacturing industry. Can anybody tell me what we mean by industry? Industry, yes. What do we mean by industry? As we all know, industry is a group of firms that produces similar goods. E.g., we look at 7-Up Bottling Company or 7-Up Bottling Company PLC. When you look at 7-Up Bottling Company, it comprises of different firms. And it comprises of what? Different firms. What do we mean by firm? Firm is just a unit. Or you mean a firm is a production unit of an industry. When we say 7-Up Bottling Company, it comprises of a firm producing bottling, a firm producing crates for them, and the one that will produce cover, then the printing department that will produce all the printing part of it, both sign and whatever. So all these small firms, the bottling company, the covers, the crates, the printing, all are firm. Together they form one industry. Now, before we go, we know what is a firm and our industry. Then let's go to the next one, is types of different manufacturing industry. We all know types of different manufacturing. We have craft. Can anybody tell me what we mean by craft? Hello? Craft is a pastime or a professional that requires a particular skill. You need skill or knowledge. And knowledge of skilled work. The artisans have taken over craft. Hello? Can you mention those? Yes, the second one is food processing. We all know what is food. It involves food, agricultural, and livestock raising. Do you know food? It involves all agricultural produce and livestock raising, rearing of birds and whatever you want. Then the next types of manufacturing industry is clothing and textile. You wear cloth every day. It involves the processing of raw wool to make clothes, and as well as knitting with sewing. It involves a lot of things, clothing and textile. Then you go to the third one, which is petroleum, chemical, and plastic. No feedback. Petroleum, chemical, and plastic. You actually know that when we talk about chemical, it involves changing chemicals, coal, crude oil, into usable products like soap, plastic, all the petroleum products, diesel, oil, and whatever. So that is petroleum, chemical. Then the next one is electronic, computer, and transport. It includes all appliances and microprocessor, semiconductor, and chips, and other audio-visual equipment which you use. We all know electronics. You watch TV, you use all the electronic gadgets in your house. So you will see. Hello? The next is metal. I'll give you the remaining one for you to go and get additional 5. Get additional 5 and explain them. They are part of your assignment. Now let's look at manufacturing processing. I want to show. Please. Let's look at manufacturing processing now. It's not. Okay, let's look at the next one is contribution of can I use this thing?
Okay.
Contribution of manufacturing industry to economic development. Very large. Contribution of manufacturing and manufacturing industry to economic development. The first one, it serves as a well. It is a wealth producing sector of economy, in contrast to service sector, which tend to be wealth consuming. In service sector, it's consumed. In manufacturing sector, they create wealth because they produce goods which you can sell to other countries where you get dollars and all other foreign exchange. They are foreign exchange earner. Then it observes large number of teeming population. Manufacturing industry employs a lot of youth, engage them, and that is it generates employment. Okay. Another contribution is it helps in the utilization and development of research and development information and communication technology for business purpose. We've been to manufacturing industry, we've been to flour mills, and you saw how the ICT is being used there to produce all these semo, wheats, and all other ones. You can see how they utilize research. So manufacturing after research, the most manufacturing are the one that utilizes the research. Then the next one, it boosts educational sector. You will see a lot of people need to be employed because they have to man different sector of the manufacturing industry. And a lot of people need training to be trained so that they will fit in. That is what we mean by manpower development. And you know what it means when we are talking of manpower development. That means the development of the country. These people will be trained. That is to boost our educational sector through training. The next one is it supplements the foreign exchange earning from change in raw materials into engineering services. Raw materials are sold, but you need to add value to the raw materials you have. By adding value to it, that is when it will bring more foreign exchange. By producing, let's look at cocoa. When you sell it in raw like that, you sell it at a cheap price. By the time you turn it to beverages and you export it, it will bring more money than just sending the raw materials. That is, it earns, supplement the foreign exchange earning. It generates income both for the formal and informal sector of the economy.
Okay. No. Okay, like this one now, Mustafa wants to talk to you.
Okay.
Wait.
Okay, Mustafa, hello? Ask your question.
Talk.
Hello? Talk.
Sorry. Sorry, sir.
You raised your hand.
You raise your hand as if you want to ask question. Ask your question.
No, sir, I wanted to ask.
Okay.